Before the video starts, check out the official Discord with the links in the description down below or on the screen right here for mobile users. We are a fast growing community, and if you want to join and speak to new people about the anime that we all love, or speak to me personally and get custom perks, check out the Major Dragon Discord and join our growing community within the Dragon Force. Now let's get on with the video. After a long and hard journey, the reincarnated as a slime what if is now happening. For those of you who have been around on the channel, I know we have seen this what if idea on the poll multiple times for months and months. It's always reached second place or lower. It was so close every single time, but finally it is here. I should make a whole movie about this. It's very special. Now, I have never personally seen the anime the time I was reincarnated into a slime. But after doing research on the Great Sage ability and the sub abilities that come with it, I'm going to be able to mix some Dragon Ball with it and make it fun and give it to our man, the main man himself, Goku. So Goku will be having these abilities slash powers and have some lore behind it. So if you guys do like this style of content, let me know what you guys think down below about the fact that the what if idea actually won, and make sure to watch the video all the way through. I know I just said it, check me out on the Discord as well. Make sure to join. We're trying to get up to 500 members. Make sure to like the video as well. And let's get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Come on, I know we can do it. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Now let's get right on into the video. Bardock was still overwhelmed by the likes of Dodoria and the others. Now, Bardock is the father of Son Goku. Bardock here has had visions of his son one day defeating Frieza after they took over a planet. He knew that Frieza was going to destroy planet Vegeta. Something big was happening. He would still send Goku off towards Earth to where he would finally have a final stand against Frieza, and Bardock would perish alongside with all the Saiyans, leaving Goku as one of the only Saiyans left alive. There's only a handful left in the universe. While Goku was traveling, something interesting happens. As Goku was a small infant, he would reach out as a small ball of light would go into the space pod. It was peaceful. And then it would fuse with Goku. And Goku would then fall asleep as he head towards Earth. Now, what is this ball of light? What was it? Well, we know that reincarnated as a slime, it's an ability that was given to the person when they were reincarnated. But I decided to spice it up a little bit for the Dragon Ball lore, if that's okay with you guys, to mix them together, as this is a mixing of two animes. This power, called the Great Sage, was created by Zeno. When Zeno was creating the original 18 universes, he created this power. Now he gave it to the Grand Priest and to the angels, the Grand Priest's children. This power was also gifted upon the gods of destruction, the original 18, as an experiment. But unfortunately, some of the gods of destruction, they got too thirsty for power. The power corrupted them, and after a big war between these dangerous gods of destruction, Zeno also destroyed a handful of the universes. 6 universes were destroyed, leaving 12 left. Those 6 gods of destruction were killed, alongside with the angels who had to be removed as well through Zeno's rule. Zeno then stripped the power away from all the original gods of destruction of the 12 universes. They have no more access to this power, and Zeno sealed the power away. This power would search for somebody or something to fuse with. Now, this power was not meant to be for evil. It was meant to fuse into neutral / pure good beings, but if put into the wrong hands, it can turn corrupt and it can destroy everything. This power has been locked away since the beginning of time, that Zeno has created all the universes and sealed it away, but it has been able to leak its way out. And now that it is now free, it now searches for the perfect being to fuse with, a being of pure innocence, a true warrior, and it finds a mortal. It's going the other direction, not towards gods, but towards a mortal, and it fuses with the infant Son Goku. Now, Son Goku would still land on Earth, where he'd be picked up by Grandpa Gohan. The same events would still happen. Goku would still hit his head, thus having his goofy nature. Now, Goku was able to recover and survive the attack. Now, What else would change here? Well, as Grandpa Gohan noticed, that when Goku does get a bit older during this time, what does this ability do to Goku? Because wouldn't Goku be acting differently? Well, Grandpa Gohan would notice how Goku can think much faster than others, as that is one of the sub-abilities called Thought Acceleration. Now, this power will kind of help Goku throughout his journey, and Goku will learn how to understand it and how he can utilize it. Now, the Great Stage, again, will push Goku to new limits in this story. So, these abilities will help Goku as he also grows older, his power rises, he will be able to learn and figure out how to use these new abilities. The first one was the Thought Acceleration, as it increases a user's thoughts and makes them faster by thousands to millions of times. This means that Goku became so good with this skill, he can see what a person's going to do before they do it, as he can predict their movements perfectly. And he tried this against Grandpa Gohan. Now, when Goku originally turned into a Great Ape, I feel like he would still lose control. Yes, I know his thoughts acceleration is higher. Yes, he can think much faster on his feet, but it's still a Great Ape and he would still lose control. Goku would sadly kill Grandpa Gohan, but he has no memory of what really happened. Now, life will still continue on for Goku. He's still continuing to train, as Goku doesn't really change too much in the story. The only difference is that he can think much better, and he can think and move much faster because the signals of his brain is moving much faster than normal. So Goku may not have the best intelligence, but he can think much better, if that makes sense. He may be very smart with his thought acceleration, but he doesn't have good experience. It's like being very gifted and you can think really fast, but you've never studied before on something. That's pretty much how Goku's is right now. Now, Goku would still meet Bulma and never meet a girl before. It was to be a goofy scene, but he decides to help her along her journey to go find these Dragon Balls. Now, Bulma here, they would still meet Master Roshi just like the original. Master Roshi would notice that the boy has incredible potential. You can sense something different with the boy. His energy feels different. It's unlike anything he's ever felt before. He can sense that the boy does have energy, but it's almost unsensible to a degree. It feels like a pressure more than anything else, but he kind of lets it go. But now, of course, he would still offer Goku to train him when the time comes. After, he would still gift Goku Nimbus, which Goku can hop on no problem. But now, this is when they also help the turtle. That's how he was given Nimbus. Now, Goku would have defeated the Reign of Terrible Oolong, and the old woman would give Bulma and him the 6-star Dragon Ball. That's when also Goku would meet Yamcha and Puar for the first time. And originally, Master Roshi uses the Kamehameha wave to put out the flames on the Frying Pan Mountain. Now, although he destroyed the mountain along with the castle as well, among the debris, the 7-star Dragon Ball was found. Now, would the story really change since Goku does have these abilities? Well, you could maybe think that Goku could think faster. Maybe he tells Roshi to maybe fire near the castle. Maybe the wind will blow it away. Potentially, but the castle was completely engulfed in flames. But this is when we would see Goku learn from Roshi. When Roshi fires that Kamehameha beam, originally Goku saw it for the first time. Then Roshi used it again when he destroyed the castle. This would not happen. Goku, after seeing it for the first time, would almost instantly be able to use it. He would then look at his hands, and he has perfect, absolute perfect knowing of the Kamehameha ability and what else he can do with this ability as well. So, Goku would then put his hands together, and he would do something that Roshi would not think is possible. It's so advanced that Goku would use the force of the Kamehameha to make such a powerful gust of wind that it would blow out the flames on the mountain. Roshi was completely flabbergasted, about to fall over. He's never seen someone use an ability like that. Especially, it took him 50 years and Goku advanced it, almost evolved it, as it was a force of energy. And Goku has a lot of understanding of the Kamehameha wave, as he had a basic understanding of it, but now anything that he learns that is basic, he now knows everything about it, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. So, even knowing about the Dragon Balls, which we'll get into that in a minute, is OP as well. Now, Goku, after seeing the Dragon Balls as well, Goku needs to collect all 7 before we really get into it. But now Goku would of course defeat Boss Rabbit and his gang, sending them to the moon. Mai and Shu would of course take the Dragon Balls from Goku and them. Pilaf would then summon Shenron, and Ulan wishes for girls' underwear. That's also when Goku would transform into a Great Ape, which I don't think Goku will be able to master the Great Ape power because he doesn't have a basic understanding of it. He doesn't remember anything when he transforms into it. Now this is when Krillin and Goku become Master Roshi students after fighting Launch, and for the next 7 months they begin their training. Goku would very quickly surpass Roshi and even Krillin. The reason why is because of his natural adaptability, his thought acceleration, and there is also another ability that the Great Sage does have, but we can really throw it to the side, and it's called a chant ability, and it's not really needed since in Dragon Ball Z you don't need to speak the move to actually use it, as it was actually shown that Goku did use the ability a few times, such as he would fire Kamehameha and not say the word Kamehameha. So that kind of ability can kind of be thrown to the side, unless if you guys want to post in the comments what that could be used for, then let me know, but that'll be a later on ability added. But now, one of the biggest things though is how strong would Goku be? Well, since Goku again has already learned everything, he has analysis. This means that Goku, as soon as he sees somebody use an ability, he has full mastery over it. Anything that Roshi teaches Goku, he can master. And this also ties into training, such as the weight training and more. Goku's body and his Saiyan biology is adapting with him mastering this power. They're bouncing off one another, which is insanely OP if you really think about it. Goku is pushing the weight of the turtle shell to where it doesn't even bother him anymore, and Roshi ran out of weights to give Goku. He's lifting way more than he ever did in the Dragon Ball and early Dragon Ball Z. So how strong is Goku? Well, Goku by this point, his power level would easily be in the thousands because he's getting stronger and stronger. Now, Goku of course would still go up for the World Martial Arts Tournament where he originally fought Master Roshi. Master Roshi would still fight Goku, and would Goku transform into a Great Ape? Realistically, yes. And unfortunately for Roshi, he would not be able to blast Goku away. He would have to destroy the moon. That is the only way, and that's what he would have done. He would have destroyed the moon before Goku would kill everybody while he was transforming, and Goku would then revert back. And Goku would then have his tail removed, but that's later on, as the moon's gone now. There's no need for him to turn. But now, of course, Goku here would have analyzed Roshi, and he knows all of his abilities. With thought acceleration, he would just outthink Roshi and move faster than Roshi can even perceive it. Think about this, even Whis stated himself that the brain can only send signals so fast to the body to make it move. That is why Ultra Instinct is such an OP ability, because you don't need to think to move, your body just moves on its own. Every muscle moves on its own, which is instantaneous movement. Goku with this thought acceleration pretty much has the Ultra Instinct ability. If you think about it, yes, he needs to think about moving, but his thinking is millions of times faster than what a human can think. So it's technically like a mortal version of Ultra Instinct on top of knowing your opponent's every move. So Roshi couldn't even hit Goku. He couldn't outsmart Goku. He couldn't outmaneuver Goku. He couldn't touch Goku. Goku was just too fast. And Goku would have outmaneuvered Roshi and knocked him out of the ring and defeated him. And now, of course, there would have been peace, as we would have then had the Red Ribbon Army saga happen. Unfortunately for them, Goku is insanely OP. The Red Ribbon Army has absolute zero chance. Now, one thing too, would Goku basically learn from the Red Ribbon Army and he can make technology for his own? Realistically, maybe, but this ability only really works on biological things. So realistically, it wouldn't have worked. But with the help of Bulma, Goku would have absolutely annihilated the Red Ribbon Army just by pure strength alone. Even if Goku went after the Red Ribbon Army by himself, if his power level is 1,000 or higher, they have no chance. Goku would have obliterated them before they could do anything. Now, also as well, for Goku and the Red Ribbon Army, This also means, of course, the Dragon Balls were then wasted again, and originally Mercenary Tao would attack Goku after killing General Blue. That would not happen. Goku would have defeated Mercenary Tao and General Blue with ease, and he would have still met Korin as well because of Yajirobe. Goku would then climb up the tower and meet him. Now, once when Goku gets a basic understanding of the sensu beans, he immediately knows everything about them. He knows how to grow them as well. And he asked Korin about it, and Korin explains the basics of growing it, and now he knows how to do it. Goku can realistically grow his own sensu beans if he really wants to. But as we know, it takes a long time for sensu beans to grow, but now Goku actually knows how to do it, so he can grow his own sensu beans. Maybe with the help of Korin and maybe even Shenron, maybe he can grow them even faster. But Goku would also learn the basics of the sacred water, and he knows everything about it. So he knows that what Korin is giving him is actually just normal tap water. It's not actual sacred water. So Goku would actually go to the location because he knows about it and take the water. As Goku would of course survive because of his pure heart, he would then grow much stronger. I would say getting an extra 200 to maybe 500 of his power level, being 1,500, rivaling Raditz in terms of power. As we know, at a power level of this high, Red Ribbon Army was completely obliterated, leaving nothing behind. Now, of course, Goku learning basic things about the Red Ribbon Army, this means that he would have all the knowledge of the Red Ribbon Army. Everything. He knows every person, even one by the name of Dr. Gero. With Dr. Gero, he would, with the help of Bulma, figure out who he is and what his early projects are with creating androids. Goku knows that Dr. Gero is very dangerous, so Goku would have made sure that Dr. Gero was killed and defeated. This would of course change the later arcs that we'll dive into. Now the Red Ribbon Army is still active, but they're kept way hidden underground. As Goku of course did defeat the main people, we know the Red Ribbon Army was not completely destroyed. They kept some things dead hidden, and Dr. Gero's secret files were actually never found, as Bulma could not find them. Somebody has taken them away secretly, and Goku does not know who this person is. Maybe it was another scientist, but we don't know. But Dr. Gero's work is still out there, but they said not to worry, because true, they might have some of his work, they would not be able to recreate the androids. Goku's too powerful. Now, this is also when during the movie for the next 3 years, when Goku would originally train to run around the world, where he would also fight Plague and Terror. He would meet Master Chin and fight the Sky Dragon. He would also enter the Demon World for the first time and fight Shula, and he would then fight Tien Shenhan for the first time and meet him, but that's more of the movie set. As now the main story is when Goku would swim to Papa Island, where the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament will take place. And this is where we would see Goku's abilities really shine. With some of them, he still has to unlock more as he gets older in age. As he gets stronger, Goku, after fighting Tien has no chance against Goku with the power level difference on top of the thought process and speed. Even Tien Shenhan's Dodon Ray, Goku would instantly recognize it, and he'd be able to recreate the move even better than Tien would. And when he sees Tien flying for the first time, Goku would actually float in the air, and he would laugh as he starts flying around. And Tien Shenhan is furious, asking Goku how can he learn these abilities so fast. And Goku explains, I don't know, it's almost like a voice helps me. And it's the power and the force that is inside Goku, this feeling that automatically helps him. Of course, this is the Great Sage helping Goku become stronger. And Goku is instantly able to learn how to fly, and he's a master at it, flying at speeds even faster than he should normally go. This also means that Goku would win the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament. Tien Shenhan would lose, being in second place. This is when Krillin would actually be killed by Tambourine, and Demon King Piccolo would then appear. Now, unfortunately though for Krillin, would Goku be able to help Krillin? Realistically, no, as he can't really do anything about it. But when he does meet Tambourine, he would overwhelm Tambourine and kill him easily. Goku knows that he needs the Dragon Balls. He knows that the Dragon Balls can wish Krillin back one time, and there's only one wish needed. And he also knows, after studying them, that the Dragon Balls are connected to a Namekian, which are a race that are across the other side of the galaxy, who have magical abilities to create the Dragon Balls. And some of these Namekians are great descendants of the being who created the Super Dragon Balls. and no one knows who this being is. He's super, super secretive. That's how far Goku can go through the thought process of seeing who it is. But now, he knows that there are multiple Dragon Balls throughout this universe, and he knows that there's more than one universe because it expands further than that. But that's all he knows. As when he looks at Demon King Piccolo, this is when a new ability would be unlocked. Goku's rage has pushed him, and he learns the analytical appraisal. It's an ability to be able to see a user's power, race, and abilities just by looking at him. When Goku looks at Demon King Piccolo and he focuses this ability, it's almost like your own personal scouter that can tell you everything about the person and how strong they actually are. And he sees that Demon King Piccolo is very powerful, much powerful than any other person he's seen, but he's very old for a Namekian and he's not as strong. He can also notice that he's not complete. It's like his soul is in half. He then puts the 2 and 2 together as the Dragon Balls are connected to Kami, and he can see that his soul is connected to the Dragon Balls. That makes sense. They're two different beings. Kami and this Demon King Piccolo must have been the same person, but they separated. The evil separated them. So this means he now knows that if Demon King Piccolo dies, the Dragon Balls can also die as well, and that means if Kami's not around, the Dragon Balls will turn to stone, so he can't save Krillin. His best way is to maybe beat him and then seal him away. So Goku would easily overwhelm Demon King Piccolo. This is when Goku would see him do something that he instantly recognizes because of his ability. He's spitting out a reincarnation. So this is when he sees him spit out an egg and he sees where it goes. He knows that now Demon King Piccolo can die. So Goku would fly right through him, killing him. Goku would then track where the egg is after sensing its life force, and he would then take it flying up to Kami's lookout, and Piccolo would still be born. Now, Piccolo originally hated Goku. Now Goku, for the next 3 years, would stay on Kami's lookout with Piccolo Jr. With Piccolo, as a young child, he hated Goku, but that anger was subsided because of Goku's kind nature that rubbed off on Piccolo. As they basically grew up together in a fast way, because Piccolo within 3 to 4 years became a grown man. The Namekians age really quick. Goku would also be a young man as well, and Piccolo is not out to kill Goku. They've already settled that issue. And Piccolo is actually kind of a good guy. He doesn't have the evil intentions that was festering for all those years to go kill Goku. As with the help of Goku and Kami, Piccolo's not as evil at the start as we may think. Yes, he is a bit of a jerk. He's not the nicest guy in the world because he's still the reincarnation of Demon King Piccolo, but he's not pure evil. He would not kill somebody to kill somebody, and he actually really respects Goku as a warrior, so he's not going to kill him. Now, we would then have the scenes where Goku would still arrive all the way back to the World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, of course, within this tournament, Goku would still meet Chi-Chi. Now, if you guys do remember, I know some people do not like Chi-Chi as well at all, and would it make sense for Goku actually to get with Chi-Chi? Well, at the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, I think that it definitely would, because Goku still met Chi-Chi, and he didn't really know what marriage was at all when Chi-Chi really talked about it. So yes, I still think Goku would get with Chi-Chi. Sorry fans, gotta make you unhappy sometimes. And it makes sense, they're a good couple. Goku would still get with Chi-Chi, and they would fall in love and get married. They would have their son Gohan. Now no, Gohan would not have the great sage power or the ability to be passed down or anything like that. His potential is roughly the same. Gohan is already an insanely OP character already, but we'll actually get into Gohan's power down the line. As Goku would learn more about Gohan's power, he will be able to help him. But now, 5 years of peace have now passed. And one thing to note as well, when Roshi originally told Goku about the space pod when he met with Raditz, we'll touch on that in a moment, would Goku really know about the Saiyans? No, this is until Raditz would tell Goku about it. That's when Goku will be able to learn it. So when Goku does arrive with Gohan, he would not need Nimbus as he would fly with, or maybe he takes Nimbus for fun for Gohan. They would arrive to Master Roshi's home, reuniting with all of his friends. This is when Raditz would still appear, searching for his brother. Raditz knows that if he fails, he's a dead man because maybe Vegeta and Nappa will kill him, as he cannot fail them. As now, when Goku does meet Raditz, he has no clue who he is. Now, Goku doesn't have his tail at this time because Kami did remove it when he restored the moon, as he knew that Goku would turn into a giant rage monster and destroy everything. Now, Piccolo was actually already there, as he would actually meet up with Goku and reunite with all the friends. Piccolo's cool, he kind of hangs off on his own, but it was cool for him to see Goku again after so long. And he notices that Raditz has now arrived. Raditz would explain who he is and what the Saiyans are. Once when he finishes, Goku's eyes kind of flicker a color. Raditz was a bit confused, and Goku now fully understands everything about the Saiyans. And more. He understands what happened to him. It's almost like a rush of information hit his head. He immediately knows all about the Saiyans, where they came from, even where the planet originally was. But it's not there anymore, it's destroyed, so Raditz is telling the truth. He knows about Raditz, he knows about all the Saiyans that were ever alive. He knows about Vegeta and Nappa. He knows about Raditz. He knows about his father, and Goku would then hold his head as Raditz was confused. Goku was seeing something. This great sage was showing him something. He would then see his father Bardock with his team. Then it would cut forward to Bardock having visions and flashes, seeing Bardock with his dead team, and almost Bardock telling Kakarot to beat Frieza. And Bardock would say that Frieza did it. And then he would see Bardock clashing with Frieza's supernova before it was overtaken and Bardock was killed alongside the planet and his mother. Goku would then snap out of it, gasping. As Raditz was shocked to see what's happening with his brother, he says, "Have you lost your mind?" And Goku says, "I understand what happened now. It wasn't a meteor that destroyed the planet. It was Frieza. Our father died clashing with Frieza." Now Raditz couldn't believe it. He honestly just couldn't, because Vegeta never told him. Vegeta said that it was a meteor that actually destroyed it. So he thinks that his brother just made all this up to lie. But he explains that you failed your mission on Earth and you're going to be destroyed. Goku would actually try and talk peace with Raditz. He would explain that we don't have to fight, we don't have to have any issues. We can team up, and if you can help me, we can get trained and get stronger. I might be able to fight Frieza if we all learn together. Raditz, of course, was not hearing this, because he senses his brother's power level with his scouter and sees his power level is only 800, which is way too low. Vegeta's way stronger than them. So him and Goku would have no choice but to fight. Now, with fighting, Raditz has no chance against Goku. Goku's power level is around 2,000 or so. As it was a pretty tough fight, we're not going to say that Raditz did not get his licks in and did really well, but Goku was far too powerful. He also has his hacks of Sage abilities. Raditz cannot match him in power. And Raditz did also explain about the Great Ape ability, which Goku now knows everything about it, but he can't access it because he doesn't have a tail. Goku would then tell Raditz to leave and to never return, and Raditz was badly wounded, so Raditz didn't have a choice. Raditz would flee. As Raditz would then arrive and heal up, he would then meet up with Nappa and Vegeta and explain what would happen, and explain that he couldn't even touch his brother. He was so fast and so powerful. He doesn't understand his brother's special, and Vegeta and Nappa are actually a little interested, so they would go check it out. As this, maybe they could get him to join themselves. But Vegeta had a promise. He would then kill Raditz, throwing him in the air and killing him. Sorry, fans. And Raditz is now destroyed. Vegeta and Nappa would then head to Earth themselves, as now they have about 1 year. Now Goku can feel that they're heading towards him, because remember, he knows information. And Raditz would even threaten this as well. So Goku now knows. They would then meet up with Kami, and Kami would explain that there is a teacher who can help Goku. He would then send Goku to meet King Yama, and yes, I know Goku is alive, but King Yama would allow it because he does not want 8 billion pages to do, as he shudders thinking about it. Goku would then fly to King Kai's place, being much stronger, and the fact he can fly, he skips over a lot of turns and loops that increases length of travel by 2-3 times. He gets there much faster. It only takes Goku maybe a week or less to get there. Once when he does arrive, he would then begin his training under King Kai. Now the gravity would hit Goku like a truck. Goku would crash down on the ground, and he would struggle for a few seconds, but once when he takes his clothing off and gets the hang of it, it almost becomes non-existent anymore. He doesn't even feel it. And his body was surprised, but his body's adapting to it. And his power level just shot up from 2,000 at least up to 8,000, and King Kai just saw this. And King Kai is shocked. Now, of course, he would meet up with Goku. Goku would say a joke to make him laugh. He would learn things about King Kai. And once when he does, he instantly knew everything. He knew about the Kais. He knew where they came from. He knew that there's only the Northern Supreme Kai because it was killed by a monster of some kind. He doesn't know who this monster is. King Kai was almost spitting out he spat out his water. How does he know all that? All of a sudden, he then about shits himself because then he realizes, wait a minute. As he says, I need to test something. Come with me. He would then personally take Goku to the Grand Kai, the old man, as he can't get access to the Northern Supreme Kai right now because he's busy. Now the old man would then say, well, I haven't pulled this out in a long time. He would then pull out a special device and it would put it over Goku. He would then put his hand on Goku and use his own power, and he would quickly be shocked and say, if I'm correct, he has the Great Sage ability. King Kai about throws up and he says, that's impossible. We need to speak to the Supreme Kai now. And with the Grand Kai does get access, Goku would then travel to meet the Supreme Kai himself and Kibito. Now they were shocked to see that Immortal was here, and King Kai would then explain that he needs his help. He needs to sense this and see if it is true. And they don't remember much of that. Maybe in the ancient text there might be some. It says, follow me. They would then head into the chambers, and they would see that in the original Kai text, that the original God of Destruction, the first ones for the 18 universes, had the rare ability of the Great Sage made by Zeno himself. And this ability had multiple sub-abilities to increase a user to godlike levels. And it says that this power was pretty much almost completely destroyed. All 17 parts of it were destroyed, except one piece of the Great Sage. This piece was then trapped away by Zeno, and it was able to somehow free itself, it seems, and search for a new host to fuse with. And it must have been Goku. Now, the Supreme Kai doesn't really know what to do with this. He can't really... This is out of his element. And he knows that if he contacts Beerus and Whis in his own head, he knows that if he does, Beerus would just destroy Goku and everything. He can't let this pass up. This is extraordinary. He says, maybe he can train here for the time being. Let him train here, King Kai. You know, we can all help him learn how to utilize this power better. Maybe with this power, the Supreme Kai thinks to himself privately, he might be able to beat Majin Buu with this power, if it's used properly. So Goku begins his training. And the Supreme Kai does note on how powerful Goku is. If he gets strong enough, he might even be able to use the Z-Sword. And that is it for this part 1, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Goku skipped up a few levels. Now he's up with the Supreme Kai. And he will now begin training for the next, I would say about 8 months or so, to train for the Z-Sword. Can Goku remove the Z-Sword and gain access to ultimate power that might help him utilize the Great Sage ability? I guess we'll find out on part 2 of Dragon Ball What If. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.
Go team.